So I just never thought, I'm like, how would God give me a dream and then be like, nah, you know what? Never mind. Go get married, have kids, die. You know, because what happens? This is why women get lost. They raise their kids for 18, 20, however long they have to raise kids, right? Then those kids go off and have a life. And she's like, who the F am I? So we train women that they are to give and give and give and forget who they are and have no kind of life. And then their kids could just walk away and be adults, you know, return, whatever. But you'll never get as much time. Like, I heard the most sombering thing ever, and I like cried for a long time because I realized it was true. But it's like the most time you'll ever spend with your kids is like now, right? From 0 to 18. The most time you'll ever spend with your kids is now. And then after that, you're lucky to spend any with them. And it's like, oh my God, my kid can live to 70 and I could still be alive in my 90s. But I'll never between 18 and 70 in those 52 years, I will see him less than I did in his first 18. So disheartening. So, and it's true. My kid went to school when he was 18. He's about to be 30, and I see him a lot less than I would love to. My firstborn. Okay. Anyway, so you need to know who you are now while you're raising kids. And your kids need to see you because you're teaching your daughter and your son what to expect of women. So, like, don't overwork. Like, that's one thing. But still have a life, have things that you like to do, introduce your kids to things. Somebody said there is no such thing as work life balance, but there is something called work life harmony. And it's integrating your family into the things you love to do, not just, I'm going to do some things I love when I have time, because first I'm going to do, no, no, no. It's integrated. If you love to, you know, when they get older and you love to go to like jazz class, have your kid go to jazz class with you. Like, hey, let's go have fun and let's do this. Or have them do another class while you're doing jazz class. So y'all have time apart scheduled. So you have yours and they have theirs. But then when you come back together, it's cool. Like, it was the harmonizing. And another great thing that I heard is you don't have to make me time. All the time is your time. You're making them time. And I went, why did no one tell me this my first go around as a mother? It's not you make me time, you make them time. And so when I started saying, hey, from 6 to 8, I'm busy, it was, this is my cutoff time. You can't come see me. But after that, hey, knock, interrupt, whatever. I don't care. But from 6 to 8, you know, just to make up a time, I'm busy. So it's like, I'm making this time for you, but all of my time is mine. What? Same thing in a relationship. Okay, I'm making time for you. Man, I love it. Um, those are things I needed to know. Matter of fact, I should write those down. Those are two things I needed to know. Hey, girl. Um, as a woman, that I think would have released me a lot sooner from the bondage that I was allowing myself to be put in as a parent, as a partner, as all those things. Um, but it was amazing. Right, but you also, they have to see you living your life so they can remember to live theirs. You know, like I would love grandchildren, but if all they ever saw was me hustling and struggling, they're probably never going to give me grandchildren until they feel like they're not going to have to hustle and struggle. You get what I'm saying? And I'm like, I need grandchildren while I got some semblance of health. Like, yeah, right. We got to be better for them and ourselves. But also, when they leave, when they fly the nest, we still know who we are without them. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is so freaking important. Um, and then also, making them time is another thing that I have to remember to do. Your mom was all about us and only about us. Mm-hmm. That you used to get mad. Yeah. And it would make you not, like for me, it would make me not want to have kids. Because if getting married and having kids meant I had to stop living for me, man, like if my choice hadn't been taken and I was made a mother at 16, well, actually 17, but pregnant at 16, I don't know if I would have had kids. I definitely don't know if I would have had kids. Well, and here, oh, see, that's the other thing. That's why I can extend grace to some degree to our mothers, right? Our mothers of the past, their mothers, their grandmother, whatever. Because I've only heard stories of like, especially when women become menopausal, how they become witchy, bitchy women and whatever, right? And now that we have language, you know, us Gen X and millennial people have language. Now I get it. I'm like, girl, your mask broke. Like, you did not know how to cope anymore because your mechanisms didn't work anymore because you likely were neurodiverse, taking care of a neurodiverse ass man, you know? Um, like when you start thinking about it, like how they become raging bitches, and you're just like, I get it. I don't want to be touched, you know, or I'm too hot, or like I just don't want to hear my name right now. Like, don't call me. Don't call me mom. Don't call me babe. Don't call my real name. Just shut up right now. So now I have language. I'm like, hey y'all, I'm overstimulated. Like for instance, yesterday, me and my son, we went shopping for jeans because I thought he was supposed to start school today. He didn't start school until Thursday actually, but I thought he had to start school today. So we're in Walmart. Grocery shopping is very overstimulating to me. Um, so, and then that store is kind of hot. Like the air blows, but I'm so sensitive to temperature, it's still kind of hot to me. Like the air was blowing in my face. I could feel this cold on my face. And I'm like, why am I sweating? Because I had to go back down there today and I'm just pouring sweat. It's like so bad. Um, and I'm like, am I the only one? And then the ones behind us, you know, I don't know if I made them feel hot or what. But anyway, so we're there and he's in a mood because he's overstimulated. And now I can recognize it because I now have language for what neurodiversity looks like. It's not just focus, it's a lot of things, right? And that's what I loved about Spider Man. When he got his enhanced powers, you just saw overstimulation amplified in the movie. And I was just like, yes, that's what it feels like. That's what a grocery store feels like. Because it's music, it's smell, it's sound, it's people, it's touching, it's so much. Um, and anyway, so I'm feeling overstimulated. And then I could feel my hands start to tingle. I'm like, oh no, I'm about to have a migraine. So I quickly take Advil. And I see my son, you know, we're talking. I'm trying to figure out his size. He doesn't know his size. I'm like, I don't do man stuff. I don't know your size either. Here, we're going to try these 3 different sizes and you tell me which one fits better. So we're doing that. And then I just see him and I said, hey, babe, it's okay. We're both just overstimulated. I get it. Okay? So we're just going to breathe and then we're just going to try on these pants. Okay? And when he did that, like we both had the language for it. And when we put words to it, it was like, okay, I know what's going on. Right? And then we were able to progress, even get a little grocery shopping in while we were still there. After he tried on the pants, you know, I got his favorite little Nutella sandwiches because he can't eat peanut butter. He's allergic. So now they make Nutella sandwiches. So, you know, the Smuckers thing. He got his little Nutella sandwich. He got juice and whatever. He ate. He felt better. Oh, and that was the other thing. I had realized that I hadn't eaten yet either. So it was, and it was late. It was like 7 o'clock in the evening. I woke up late, but I have language for it now. And so when I think about our parents, especially since this stuff is inherited, when I think about our parents going through, and I would say especially the silent gen and boomer moms, right? Because life got way too complicated then. Like you had to work, you had to, you know, it was a lot more. And I won't say, well, black women always worked. Black women and Hispanic women always worked. It's only white women who had that luxury of June Cleaver, and it was only a certain class that had that luxury on top of that, because other white women always worked. So there's always been like women working. So this whole thing is not real. uh, um, this whole lie of the past is not real at all. It was only a certain class. But either way, and then those women were actually financially abused a lot of times too, right? Because they had to beg for money. Wow. Um, like, I just need to get my hair done. Like leaving was a lot harder in those relationships back then. So it's like, I'm not giving excuses, but I can give grace for the women of the past because they didn't have language. Nobody talked about female issues. We're literally getting on videos talking about, girl, did your cat get drier with menopause? Like, literally, what's her name? Tabitha Brown talked about, you got to put something down there because she ain't lubricating the same way. Like, we're talking about that now. Whereas you never talk about women things. Like, do you got a pad? Hey, girl, do you got a pad? Can you pass me a pad? Like, all our shit is secret. Whereas with my daughter, from 10, when she started getting hair under her arms, and a doctor told me I had about 2 years before she started, having her cycle. I was like, okay, time to start talking about that. So I was like, all right, girl, I'm gonna get you some period panties. So this is what you're gonna do, and I want you to start wearing panty liners because I want you to get used to something being in your underwear. Like, I'm talking to her. My mama never talked to me. Luckily, we had human reproduction system, for 4 days out of the year or something, and so I had a book I could read that told me about it. So I was like, okay. So when I woke up and I had my period, I just walked in my mom's room, grabbed her pad, and she's like, "Where are you going with that?" I'm like, "Where do you think?" And then I walked to the bathroom. That was our conversation. You know, she didn't tell me how to take care of them, how to get rid of them, how to keep myself clean. She didn't teach me none of that. And so now I have to talk about those things. Don't stop talking about it. Don't make it weird, but don't stop talking about it. Hey, Lisa. So I just think like we're in a better space. We can still be better, especially now that we're having to fight the same shit that our people already fought for, like our rights to our own bodies. But we're in a better space than them. And I know this was such a circular conversation because we were talking about anorexia and meta, and I don't remember where it even started. But anyway, yes, my mom, she's of the silent generation. I think she's 57. So she's of the silent generation. And then, like, she didn't have a good relationship with her mother. And my grandmother didn't have a great relationship with her mother. So to me, it felt like a mother daughter curse. And so I was always scared to have a daughter. I was like, if I'm going to have a daughter, make her last. Please make her my last. And she was. Mm-hmm. Okay. Talk about everything else. Yeah. But also, I think my generation, um, I'll say, even though technically I'm Gen X, I really don't feel Gen X because I'm the oldest of my cousin group. I have one who was older, but he was like way older. So he was like 9 when I was born. So I'm the oldest of the cousin group. So really, I just hung around old people, like 40 years or older, because I hung with my grandparents. So they were 2 generations older than me. But I still live with my own. And it's like my own is the first generation of women who, like the silent generation women, are really the first generation of women, broad sweep, who worked outside the home and had to work outside the home. The whole feminist movement and stuff like that, and then going to work and getting paid way less than a man. So, like, I've always been raised in a 2-parent working household, but it was some shit. Like, my mom had a gambling addiction, so we never felt comfortable. Um, but that's the first generation of that, really, where they're working 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? As secretaries and all that stuff. And it's so funny because uh, if you notice, they're not called secretaries anymore. They're called executive assistants. And I learned that they're called executive assistants because men became secretaries and they didn't want to be called secretaries. Oh my God. Yeah. Anyway. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the women still did everything. And that's when I made up my mind that I was not getting married. And it's like, your dad got to eat first. But listen, when I met my honey was always like, the kids got to eat first. And I was like, oh, I'm in love. He was like, the kids eat first. And then he would cook. What? I didn't always like his food, but he would cook. And I was like, I think I'm in love. Oh my God. And so we always fed the kid first. It was never the man got to eat first, the man got to sit first, the man. It was never none of that. So anyway, that's why I said if he and I split, like finally, I'm by myself. And I'm at an age I don't even need no kind of pressure on my body. So I'm just like, mm-mm. I don't have time to learn anybody else. No. I am by myself. Hmm. I will trip by myself. I will shop by myself. I will eat by myself. I will sleep by myself diagonally. Listen, I don't need anybody after this. This was a lifetime worth of relationship. Mm-hmm. You remember that with your Nana? Gentle and direct. Yeah. You live with her. You're trying to figure out how to talk to her about her recent increase in body odor. Not worth it. I don't know how you do that. I really don't know how you can talk about that. Um, oh, that's right. You could buy her stuff and then, yeah, and then wash her hair. Oh my God. That would be sweet if she would take it. Um, but that's a good idea, Elise. And you could just go, Mom, I want to do something for you. You know what I'm saying? Or buy her some like some nice lotions or whatever. Yeah. Is it because she's not showering? Oh, is it because she's not showering, or is it because her body's decaying? Because I heard that that smell stuff happens anyway when your body's decaying. Like it still seeps out. It's so funny. I made a smoothie today, right? Because I make smoothies like once a week or something. Because my daughter, she's anemic, and you know, I stopped tracking her time of the month because of this corrupt society that we're in. So I don't remember when she's having her cycle. And so once a week at least, I'm doing a green smoothie. And so I asked my parents if they wanted any, and they're like, no, no. You know, my dad was like, he had came and got his little V8 juice, and he's like, I got V8 juice. And so what I did was I wrote down my smoothie recipe, right? And I wrote down what it gives you. And I said, Shauna's Healthy Smoothies, ground flax seeds, liquid vitamin B complex, almond milk, vegan protein powder, frozen fruits, spinach, and then I have everything listed. So it's like fiber, potassium, calcium, iron, B6, B12, B3, B9, vitamin D, vitamin A, vitamin E, magnesium, and iron, right? So all of these things. And then I sent them a picture of my recipe and I said, are you sure? And then they both came out and got some. I was like, yeah, your V8 juice ain't nothing like my smoothie. Oh, it's because of meds? Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Aw, that's precious. Um, okay, so you bought a pair of shoes this weekend. She's wearing it. All right, all right, all right. Small steps, baby steps. Um, Oh, that's also true, Suze. Older people have UTIs and they're way more dangerous when you're older. And I don't think it feels the same. You know, like when you have one when you're younger and it's like, ow, hurts to pee. Um, I think it feels differently for them. Dang. Okay. Awesome. Oh, and so one more thing before we read. I'm glad we had time to chat.